Okay, so in this video I'm about to get to the World Trade Center. So there's a bit of a story behind it and as to why I felt the need to go. So let me explain. September the 11th, 2001. Now that's a date that everyone probably remembers where they were. You know, forget the millennium or any other event. If a person was born then, they will remember where they were on that day. So for myself, I was 16 years old and I was just changing rooms. I was going up to a larger room and I was putting my floor down in what was to become my new bedroom. And that's when the news broke. So as everyone did that day, I turned on the television and saw the start of the events unfold. So this being in September, this was the same day I actually enrolled for my first day on my first year at college. So I remember it very well. So for any of you that don't remember what happened that day, because it was 17 years ago, it was a horrific day. I mean, literally, 2 planes hit the World Trade Center. People were jumping out the buildings to their deaths. It was absolutely horrific. And the end result, both towers collapsed, killing almost 3,000 people. Now, following those events, I'm very surprised that New York, America, and the world didn't go straight to World War III and literally take out the entire Middle East. Or take control, storm the White House and overthrow their government, because there's a lot of things that don't fully add up that day. But anyway, my irrational opinions aside, year on year I do occasionally look back on YouTube at the events, especially on the anniversary, and remind myself of what happened that day. And I told myself after those towers fell that eventually one day when they've rebuilt those towers, I'd like to go to America, visit New York, see the new World Trade Center, and go to the top floor, see the observation deck, maybe even have a meal up there. And that day is now. So I'm not sure what all this is about. I passed it on the way in. There's like a big metal ball thing over there, and it's drawing a big crowd, so I have no idea what it's about. Yeah. But probably a good idea to avoid large crowds. So no idea what all that's about. Honestly, you got me. But probably a good idea to avoid crowds in this town. It's too risky from the terrorism point of view in this town for my liking. And that's something you don't see every day. A Subway, as in Subway sandwich, in an old Subway. But then I suppose the Americans don't get irony, and that is very ironic. Building you think it is, but it is nearby. So that building behind me, which is quite big in its own right, has a Westfields in the bottom, which is a shopping mall. Right, I've got it. That building I've just walked around, which had the words World Trade Center on it, are actually one of the other towers to that. And the one that I've actually walked around is number 4. Number 1, which is what I was looking for, was actually hidden behind other buildings and is right here. But before I venture in now, I'm just going to quickly pop across the road and see the big fountain things where the original towers once stood. Just crossing a road. I don't think there's any traffic on these roads because there's police things each side. But it'd be a shame to get this far and get squashed by a truck or something, wouldn't it? Yeah, if you look over here, you've got police, you've got the blockades, they've got them that side. They won't let anyone drive down here, and for good bloody reason. Anyway, so behind me is the big fountains. I really wanted to see these because I saw them online when they're being built, and I've been following their progress over time. I've seen it on Street View and things like that, but this gives me an actual representation of how big and where the original buildings were. There are obviously two this size, and I'm going to get a closer look because it's quite impressive, especially with all the names over it. It's definitely a very fitting memorial. Wow. It really is quite hard to get a sense of the scale of these fountains behind me, and there are two of them. I will try and come back later and see the second one and get a bit more time here, but for now I'm going to try and get a ticket to get to the top of this building behind me. They have their own police here, which is a good idea. I'm not 100% sure because it isn't marked up, but this one has its own little bit round it, so that could be the Observatory, unless they put it in the building over there, which you'd think they would, but trees need natural sunlight, don't they? Just coming up on the second pole, it's on the way through to the trade centre, so we'll look at that as a pass. So yeah, that thing behind me, pretty big. Wow, it's getting really interesting. What will I do next? Will I go in? Will I not? So I apologise for interrupting my own video for a second, but as I go into the trade centre I have to use the microphone built in my camera. This is because on the list of prohibited items it pretty much says no audio recording equipment. And stupidly I listened and only used the microphone within this camera. So some parts of it are a little choppy as to how well you can hear me, and I've used subtitles. Anyway, this is going to be quite a long vlog. It's got about 15 minutes to go. So if you want to stop, have a cup of coffee, tea break, or come back another time to watch it, you're welcome to. Still watching? Okay then, let's continue. Okay, so we've also seen those spikes in the road which pop up to stop you driving over one way, but I think here they're pretty serious.
No, you don't even have to worry about it. They got it.
Right, where do I buy tickets? Do I queue up and then buy a ticket, or do I buy a ticket and then queue?
This will be the line to buy tickets.
Okay, I'll do that. Can I buy for today, or is it?
Yes, you can buy for any time. You can buy for later or right now.
I'll do what? Okay, thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Going in the World Trade Center. That just freaks me out and blows my mind yet again. So just join the queue. This is me in the reflection of the building. You just know that behind me is two-way glass and someone's sitting there like, what?
Say what?
So I feel dwarfed by all the big skyscrapers around me. Now I see how they're paying for this thing now, just like with NASA. One adult to get in, $37. That's about £30. Hello, just admission for one, please. One adult.
They didn't want us there any.
Thank you.
2 adults, standard admission.
Okay, so we're heading to the observation deck, but for some reason you go down an escalator to get there. So you ain't going to be able to hear me properly, but I'm speaking up as best I can so that the audio gets through to the microphone in the camera. Now YouTube has spoiled it a bit because these lifts are quite special that take you up. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Security behind me. That was thorough. Right, so the reason the audio is quite bad in this is because it says no audio equipment, recording equipment on the list of prohibited items. So I've had to hide that in my bag and not use it. But hopefully you can still hear me on this. Right, so 107 floors to go up, and I think it takes about 60 seconds. So it's going to be a roller coaster.
That would be VIP. We're gonna time it over.
Oh my god, it's like going up Skull Mountain or whatever, you know?
No, we were flying.
The Tower of Terror. 110.
Oh, it's New York City.
Welcome to the...
You'll see the old town.
30 seconds too late there, Shelby.
You'll see the old town.
My ears come up popping.
Yeah?
There they are.
Find your apartment.
So would be there.
Well, over there.
Wow. There, all the stuff's going to be built now.
Welcome to One World Observatory.
Here we are.
Wow, my ears are popped because we went up so quick. Ah, that's disorientating. That's really disorientating. Wow. Oh, wow, that is disorientating. So, on the observation deck of the New World Trade Center, and wow, that was disorientating because you went up so quick. You didn't feel like you were moving, but your ears popped because of change in pressure. So we're what, 1,700 foot in the air now, maybe? Okay, so going down one flight of stairs to the observation deck, where I should be able to see all the views of the city. Oh my god, yes I can. So you know those skyscrapers which were really big? The building I'm in absolutely dwarfs them. Right, so I've definitely got a high up view from here. And the sun is going down. Look at that behind me. Wow, I keep saying that on this trip, but that is spectacular. Wow. Manhattan, because that's really probably the icing on the cake. Look at that sunset, it's gorgeous. Now I always said after the disaster that happened that once they rebuild the World Trade Center I would come and visit it, and I have. Being at these heights because I'm having to look to make sure there's no planes coming by. That's not a pun, that's of genuine concern. in the main observatory bit where if you look behind me you can see all the, well, all around the building. How cool is that? Let's get a closer look. Picked one of the best times to come up here. Not only do I get sunset, but I also get when all the lights of New York City and Manhattan come on, which they're starting to now. It looks really good. And that's if I can get near a window, because some of the parts what I want to see, some of the most popular parts, are like 5 people deep. So at the top of the World Trade Center, the new one, and that is the nighttime Manhattan and New York skyline behind it. It's quite impressive, isn't it? Wow. Typical, all these places have gift shops. Do I buy another t-shirt? Let's have a little look. Some nice One World Observatory shot glasses. So I've just walked around the other side of the building, and of course you can see the rest of the Trade Center complex and the big memorial pool things. So let's take a quick look at that before I go. So on this side there's quite a lot of big buildings and that. You've got the building I walked past on the way in, that's Trade Center 4, and in the bottom of that you've got the Westfields Mall, which it's a big building in its own right. And if you look right over, you've got the, oh my god, I'm getting vertigo. Right over, you've got the pools. So I was just using the leg there to balance myself while I was trying to get the shot, because you have to lean forward a little bit. Yeah. What I meant by that is you had to lean forwards if you have to get those reflecting pools in the shot, otherwise you aren't going to see them. Right, that's that done. I'm going to get going. It's 20 minutes later, eventually get to it. I suppose the other option is to take the stairs, as those guys over there just said. But 107 floors of stairs, I'll be at the ground level by Christmas probably. I think I'll take the elevator. So the pennies just dropped as to why it's taking so long. It's because people are using the elevator, and there's only so many of them, and they take a minute to get down and a minute to get up. So the time all these people, there's hundreds of people up here, try and get down, it's going to take a while. Stairs would be the quicker option, but also the slower option. Right, I'm in the elevator level. Don't know whether I should make the bits on the lift blood red, but interesting design choice. Whoa. Oh, Christ.
Look.
One World Observatory.
Well, that's impressive. I vaguely remember seeing a video of that on the internet. That's nice. How much does he cost to buy the things then? Or?
You can get these 2 for 30, these 3 for 40, or all 4 for 50. And you get digital downloads if you buy a package.
So not only do they charge nearly $40 to get in, but they want to charge another $40 if you want a photo, which is done in front of not the real skyline, but the actual, just an LED screen of the skyline. I don't know. Right, how do I get out? Wow. Wow, it's white in here. Wow, this is a stark contrast to where I was 2 minutes ago. Whoa. I'm guessing that's the way out, but I mean, this much space has been used in New York City. I don't know when the battery's going to run out on this camera because I'm on my last battery. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we might have been transferred to the next building because this says Westfield up there, and I saw that near Trade Center 4 earlier on. I couldn't resist. I think I'm out of the secure areas, however the security around me were sort of watching what I was doing when I was pulling that tripod out of my back. Well, hats off to them. This has got to be the cleanest mall I've ever seen. The actual main bit is just minimalist. Really impressive. Look, and there's just more of it over there. You know, I think some of this leads to a subway station because there's subway gates there and I see signs for subway. Maybe, I've got to figure it out, but maybe I can get back from here without having to go through the city or even order an Uber. This is good, I might be able to get back from here. I didn't realise the World Trade Center also had a train station underneath it. Wow. Bloody hell, I didn't know this was here. Okay, so new plan. That leads into this, which is obviously a subway station. So perhaps I can find a underground train which takes me from here to Penn Station. Then I can get back to Baldwin, New York, which is where my Airbnb is. Sweet. So I need to not mess things up on these machines again and make sure I go straight through this time. Hopefully I can get through. Right, so the train system confused the hell out of me, but I've asked a few people and I've just about found the track and the train going where I want to with 2 minutes to spare. If I'd missed this one, I'd have had to wait an hour. So hopefully I'm on the right train.
It's silent now, we don't say a word, we're just looking at each other.
Right, so it turns out I am on the right train. So once I get back, I'll just get in the car and I'll be back at the Airbnb within 5 minutes. Brilliant, I can sleep. Made it back to the car. Right, so nice and quick. I just literally got off the thing, walked down the road, got on my car. So that's stage 1 and 2 done. Stage 3 now is to drive myself the 5-minute drive back to my Airbnb.
I'm hurting you as well. I guess that we should say we're sorry.